Here's the wall where the mural's supposed to go. And here is the first Photoshop concept. It was a little too realistic, and here was the second one. It was a winner because it's a children's room. And here are the references that I used. Step 1, I moved everything away from the wall. Then removed everything that was on the wall that might be in the way. Then I taped off the baseboard so I don't get any paint on the baseboard or on the floor. And now I am making sure I have a nice even line for my horizon line. Even though it's probably not going to be perfect when I paint it because it's nature, still I will know that it won't be lopsided. Then I take a brush and I paint the edges. And I also paint around any objects that are on the wall. Then I can take a roller to make a nice smooth base coat. I'm painting solid green on the bottom. And then on the top, I'm going to mix some colors together. I'm going to mix yellow, white, and my green color together. And I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I'm going to paint around any objects on the wall with a brush. And then I'm going to take the roller for the rest of it. And here I am mixing a color for the background. In the background there are going to be mountains. You can't see it here because of the angle of the camera, but I also had some rocks that were the same color, so I just went ahead and painted those while I had the color mixed on my palette. Now you can see the mountains in the background with this angle of the camera, and I am painting in the grass. I'm adding different colors. This looks like a mixture of yellow and white. And next I will add a mixture of brown and white just to kind of dull out the grass as it's going back into space. And I don't want it to be all even. This is in nature. And now I'm painting the trees. The trees have different color branches. The ones that are closer have a lighter brown color, and then the ones that are in the shade have a darker brown color. I'm adding a little bit of dimension to this picture. And I also have trees in different proximity. So some of the trees are a little bit closer and some are a little bit farther away. The ones that are farther away are going to have a little bit more dull color, and the ones that are closer are going to be a little bit more saturated with color. And again, I'm adding a couple of different values into the leaves as well as the branches so that I have a little bit of depth there. Not too much detail because we do want it to be kind of cartoony, but I wanted just a little bit of depth in the picture. Now I'm going to come more into the middle ground and finish painting the rocks. I'm adding a different color, a light brown to the rocks, and then I'm coming back and adding some shadow with a little bit darker brown. Typically with murals, I like to use colors straight out of the can so that if I ever have to come back for a touch-up, it's super easy to get the same color. But in this case, as long as I know the colors that I used to mix with, I should be okay. I can mix these colors again. Here I am painting a little watering hole for the zebras in the background to be drinking from. I am using a combination of light blue and white so that I have a little reflection in the water. And notice that I have to get up and look at it from different angles to make sure that I'm getting it somewhat straight. And though it's not in the video, I'm going to be adding some rocks around the watering hole. And here I am adding the zebra. I gently sketched it out with my brush and a little white paint. And now I am filling it in. I'm filling it in with white, and then I'm going to come back and add shadows of gray and then the stripes on top of that. I have to make sure that I have a decent size so that it looks like it's in proper perspective. So I don't want them to be too big or too small. I want them to be about in the middle ground. And finally, we come to the foreground where I'm painting some blades of grass and some cattails. And you can't see in this video, however, there are other murals painted in the same room by me previously, and they have the blades of grass and cattails, so I'm kind of trying to blend it all together so that the whole room is cohesive. And just a friendly tip, make sure you have good quality paints and tools. It makes a huge difference in your mural. I used 1-coat wall paint with a sheen to match the paint already on the wall, and I like my brushes to be nice and soft. And here we are with the finished product. Everything is all cleaned up, the tape is removed, and everything on the wall has been replaced, and everything fits perfectly. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to share with you my next mural.